Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. To build and enhance police-community relations, the Edina Police Department will join the Joint Community Police Partnership. The JCPP is a collaborative effort between Hennepin County and the cities of Bloomington, Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, Crystal, Hopkins, and Richfield. The JCPP's mission is to enhance communication and understanding between law enforcement and the diverse residents of these cities.
We want to create a situation where we're not employed by the city of Edina or any other city. We are working as a Hennepin County employee to look for the best interests of the community. That person is embedded in the police department to make sure that those relationships are built and strong. So having that daily interaction with folks in the police department and the residents of Edina are really important.
The JCPP is focused on three main goals: improving community members' knowledge and understanding of police procedures and laws, improving officers' knowledge and understanding of the diverse cultural community members residing in their cities, and providing opportunities for positive interaction and two-way communication between police officers and community members.
This is important work for us to get into. It's important for us to engage in that community dialogue across the metro area because it isn't just limited to the borderlines of Edina. It's a metro-wide, statewide issue for sure.
The Edina Police Department will soon identify a community liaison to work full-time in the department. A racist video posted online by Edina High School students this spring sparked anger in the community. It also brought focus to efforts by the school district to create an inclusive community. For the fourth time this year, the YMCA of the North, United Group Equity Innovation Center of Excellence, guided work to achieve that goal. Edina TV shows us how One Town, One Family community conversations are making a positive impact.
I think there's about 10 community facilitators.
Following three previous One Town, One Family community conversations.
Carolyn and Maggie, where's Carolyn?
The momentum needed to create an inclusive community is in this room at Valley View Middle School.
Community leading community is where transformation comes from.
At this fourth gathering, plans will be made to address 5 areas of focus.
There's a fear because you've never experienced anything else.
By residents who refuse to give hate and racism a home in Edina.
I mean, it's hurtful. It's very hurtful. I've had students come to me and cry. I've had adults come to me and cry and talk about the experiences that they've had.
Ideas were laid, and in some cases built, on the table.
Every time I come to the One Town, One Family event, I always learn something new from someone.
Work that is already having an impact.
People are connecting, you'll hear laughter.
These groups were asked to show, rather than tell their proposals.
Holidays and important dates on a public calendar.
Or even put them in a poem.
Embracing all begins small. We welcome one and all.
Action plans that will be tested and refined.
Stay tuned. This is not the end.
Edina Public School Superintendent Dr. Stacy Stanley says the work around inclusion and belonging will continue for years to come.
For me, success is more individuals who have not, were born and raised in Edina, grew up in Edina, saying, I know that there's a place for me.
I'm Dan Carpenter for Edina TV.
The One Town, One Family community conversations will resume in February, where action plans will be reviewed and potentially modified. For information on how to participate, visit edinapublicschools.org. A Japanese woman who was held prisoner with her family in a War Relocation Authority incarceration camp after the attack on Pearl Harbor was recently presented the 2022 Tom Oy Human Rights Award.
Thank you very much.
Human Rights and Relations Commission Chair Michael Epstein presented Sally Suda with the award earlier this month.
Her impact on the Edina community is significant. She's given presentations to Edina students at Highlands Elementary School, Southview Middle School, and Edina High School, just to name a few, plus many Edina community groups. She has coordinated and participated in several teacher workshops on the Japanese-American World War II experience. Sally has demonstrated, as you've just heard, visionary leadership and volunteerism, and she does so willingly, selflessly, and professionally.
The Tom Oy Human Rights Award is the highest distinction presented by the Commission. Named after an early and longtime member of the group, the award recognizes work that advances human rights and equity. On February 19, 1942, 2 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued an executive order which gave the U.S. government authority to remove all persons of Japanese ancestry from the West Coast based on claims of military necessity. In the spring of 1942, 6-year-old Sally and her parents and siblings were forcibly uprooted from her home in Seattle with little advance notice and not knowing where they were going or for how long. Allowed to take only 2 suitcases each, they were first in prison at Puyallup Fairgrounds near Seattle. When permanent quarters were completed several months later, they, along with other incarcerees, boarded trains with shades drawn for Minidoka, Idaho. That was the location of one of 10 War Relocation Authority incarceration camps located inland in remote, desolate, barbed wire and guard tower enclosed communities, where she spent the next 3 years of her life. In 1945, after being released from Minidoka, Sally, her parents, and 6 siblings resettled in Minnesota, where 4 of Sally's other siblings were already living. Sally graduated from Roosevelt High School and then earned a degree in elementary education from the University of Minnesota. Sally taught in Minneapolis Public Schools, an international school in Tokyo, and eventually at Ramsey International Fine Arts Center, where she worked until her retirement. In her retirement, she has been giving presentations about her experiences as a Japanese American during World War II.
Well, I'm really humbled and honored, of course, to be recognized by the Human Rights Commission. You know, we've had since then the 9/11 incident, and we saw the same thing happening to Muslim Americans. And then very recently, within the last few years, there has been a huge rise in anti-Asian hate crimes. So, you know, our work is never over.
The Human Rights and Relations Commission will seek nominees for the next Tom Oy Human Rights Award in the fall of 2023. On behalf of the City of Edina and Edina TV, happy holidays. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.